My name is Bryan Benson. I'm the CEO of Aurum Foundation and Aurum Neobank, which we've just launched. My background is traditional finance. I worked many years ago at Morgan Stanley in California in traditional finance, and loved the technology, hated the bank, left there. Have been in fintech most of the rest of my career, and in crypto, digital assets since 2017. The pain points we're solving is that there's not that much real usability for normal people out in crypto. I mean, there's exchanges, but we're trying to bring a product that has a different ecosystem. So not only an exchange, but also payments cards, but yield products as well. So we're an AI company that's been working for almost 3 years on building products that have exciting yield numbers that people can use for passive income. So it's kind of cool. It's really an exciting time in the industry. I think that crypto was really cool 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, but I think now AI and crypto together is really the future, and that's where we're going. So that's what we're pioneering, and that's what we're really focused on. I think the timing is actually perfect because AI is coming on when crypto is maturing a little bit. And so one of the things that if AI would have come out like it is today, 5, 7 years ago, people would have thought that it was a scam just like crypto back then. And I think now that crypto's more mature, more into the institutional realms, I think it's a really good opportunity for AI to start to take hold. And I think it's really interesting if you ask 100 people around the room today, what's the biggest AI finance company? I think you'll get a lot of blank stares and people will be like, what is AI finance? But I think 5 years from now, there'll be some real strong leaders, and Aurum hopefully is one of those. It reminds me a lot of my Binance days. I was the managing director of Binance for Latin America. And during my time there, my mom, when I started, my mom's like, why are you going to work with the drug money people and the launderers and this? And I'm like, Mom, you watch, this is good technology. Not all of it is used for bad. I think it's the same thing that we see now in AI finance, right? There's a lot of bot companies, there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of people doing bad things, but that doesn't mean that AI and finance aren't going to be a very important part of the future. And, I think everyone has the desire to put in ChatGPT, how can I make more money, or how can I get easy money? And I think you're going to get answers to that in the coming months and years. So it's a pretty exciting time for finance, I would say. Well, no, she still says the same thing about Binance because, the stories that we see in the media. But no, I think she's gotten a lot more comfortable with it. And I think the misconceptions that we see now, the one misconception that bothers me a lot about crypto is I believe crypto was designed for the common people, for the normal people, for people that don't have the same opportunities in Venezuela and Turkey and, Argentina and all these countries where there's super high inflation. It's pretty hard, or, now it's getting easier with crypto, but there's no dollar-based or, more stable like the Swiss franc or things of that nature. So I think it's not really misconceptions, it's actually a reality, is that crypto is going away from its roots and what it was really designed for. And I think Bitcoin is still kind of true to that nature. But a lot of the things we see today are turning into banks and they're turning into giant financial institutions. And I think it's leaving the little guy behind. And so I think there's really a lack of products and services for people that need them the most, because most of the companies are chasing, this really big money in venture capital and investment banking and hedge funds. And not that many people are building real solid products that normal people can use every day, that need them, that want them, and that will use them immediately if they're very, very efficient and work really well and love the product, right? So to me, it's more about getting away from the roots of crypto, and I'm trying to bring that back with Aurum and with some of the things that we're doing. So, I think a lot of things come and go in this, and it reminds me a lot of the dot-com bubble many, many years ago when I was just getting out of university. There was 100 companies, and a lot of them were doing really weird things that didn't last. But out of that came Amazon, came Google, came some of the, the biggest companies that we see today in the Web 2 space or in the online space. And so I think it remains to be seen exactly what those are going to be here. But, I think NFTs were one of those things that was really weird back then. And, if you bought an NFT for whatever, 500 grand, now it's worth $30. You're not that happy, right? And so I think that's one thing that's going to be reinvented. I don't think it's going to go away, but I think the technology for NFTs is going to be one that is used for different things than just collectibles and art, like we saw in the first sort of phase of NFT. So I don't know if that's the best answer, but that's one thing that I see changing quite rapidly. I guess the other thing that I'll say is that I think real world assets and tokenization is actually going to be bigger than a lot of people have predicted. So that's one thing that I think is actually going to stay. And this year and last year really solidified that. And we saw a lot of good projects, and we'll continue to see a lot more. I think by far it's AI in finance. So I think that if we can find a way to bring this technology to as many people as possible, where AI and finance meet, so money with artificial intelligence, to me, that's what 2026 is going to be all about. And at Aurum, we've already been building that for nearly 3 years, and we're going to be right in the middle of it. And we might not be the leaders, but we definitely are going to be in the top few, and I'm excited about the future. So yeah, AI finance, that's my answer.